Can understanding tidal range prevent a boat running aground? Imagine being able to predict the water's behavior like a weather forecast. Knowing the tide levels can make a big difference in avoiding boat mishaps. Tidal range is the vertical difference between high tide and low tide. It tells us how much the water level will rise or fall during a cycle. This change affects how deep the water is in shallow areas and near shorelines. When the tide is high, water covers more of the seabed, creating safer navigation paths. During low tide, many areas become shallow or even expose rocks and sandbars that can trap a boat. By understanding these patterns, boaters can plan routes that stay in deeper water during low tide. This knowledge helps prevent running aground, especially in tricky spots like sandbars or narrow channels. Tides are caused by the moon and the sun pulling on the Earth's oceans. These gravitational forces create predictable cycles of rising and falling sea levels. The flood tide occurs when water moves toward the shore, increasing depth. The ebb tide is when water recedes, lowering the water level. Between these phases, slack water happens when the tide stops changing and currents slow down. Knowing when these phases happen allows boaters to time their trips better. For example, leaving a shallow harbor during high tide means your boat has more water underneath. Using tide charts and local tide tables is a smart way to stay informed before heading out. These tools show the expected high and low tide times for your area. Also, using depth finders and nautical charts that include tide information helps keep your boat safe. If your boat gets stuck or runs aground, understanding the tide can help you plan a rescue. Waiting for high tide can give the water enough depth to refloat your vessel. Anchors can be used to hold your boat in place during changing tides or to help pull it free when the tide rises. In emergency situations, patience and tide knowledge are your best allies. Combining this understanding with good navigation practices, like maintaining a lookout and using proper safety gear, makes a big difference. So, yes, knowing the tidal range can definitely help prevent your boat from running aground. It's all about timing and planning, making your boating safer and more enjoyable.